Breaking news, a nation on edge as terror strikes U.S. soil.
A desperate search for answers.
Police were everywhere. Bodies, folks were just running through the streets.
After a truck rams New Year's revelers.
There will be no rest until these people are caught.
The impact stretching beyond Bourbon Street.
It wasn't just an attack on New Orleans, it was an attack on America herself.
And the nation now focused on starting to recover.
The spirit of our New Orleans will never, never, never be defeated.
And the terror attack killed 15 and injured at least 35 others. Here you can see a live look at the scene on Bourbon Street, New Orleans, where the tragedy unfolded just this morning. As we come on air tonight, three big questions linger. Is another attack imminent? Where are the other people who may have been involved in the plot? And what is being done to protect big events? Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jake Holman. Rod Fowler has the night off. Police say the driver intentionally plowed into a crowd in New Orleans during New Year's celebrations. Our Channel 8 team is here to give you the latest coverage on this terror attack. Channel 8's Emma Norwood tells us how the vehicle was used to kill, and Karen LaCrest speaks with the Lincoln Security Company on how this can be prevented locally. But we begin with Ivan Rodriguez on the ground in New Orleans.
Disturbing surveillance video showing the moment a white pickup truck turned onto Bourbon Street early Wednesday morning, moments before plowing into New Year's Eve partygoers.
Right now, Bourbon Street is an active crime scene.
Officials urge residents to avoid the area of Bourbon Street where crime scene units continue their work.
The bodies strewn, something you can't unsee, you'll never forget.
The screams, I mean, you can't think about, unhear that.
An earth cam in the French Quarter captured the moment overnight when officers raced toward the unspeakable act of violence.
After hitting the crowd, he exited the vehicle and fired upon local law enforcement. Law enforcement returned fire and the subject was pronounced deceased at the scene.
The FBI confirms that the deceased suspect is 42-year-old Shamsu Din Jabbar, a U.S. citizen from Texas who was also an Army veteran. Investigators say his rented Ford pickup had an ISIS flag and the suspect used the vehicle to plow through revelers on Canal and Bourbon Streets. The FBI says the attack appears to be an intentional act of terror.
We will be relentless, and we will do everything that it takes to render real justice.
You will find out what happened and who was responsible, or I will raise fresh hell.
The FBI confirmed that improvised explosive devices were also found at the scene. Ivan Rodriguez, Channel 8 News.
And police in Houston are asking residents to stay away from a secure perimeter in the north part of the city. Our ABC affiliate in Houston reports that officers are surrounding the property where the suspect of today's terror attack recently lived. Officers reportedly moved into the property around 3 p.m. today, and a man was seen coming out of the residence with his hands in the air around 5 p.m. There's no word yet on what his involvement is in the investigation. And tonight we are slowly learning more about the victims in this tragedy. We take a quick look at some of the lives they lived.
We're learning the names of just a few of those who lost their lives in New Orleans early Wednesday morning. ABC News reports Tiger Beck, 27 years old, played football at Princeton University. His death confirmed by his mother. He was in Louisiana for a long weekend of hunting and fishing and was scheduled to fly out Wednesday afternoon. Nakira Cheyenne Dedu, 18 years old, her death also confirmed by her mother, who remembers her as a kind and outgoing woman who had plans to attend nursing school this year. Reggie Hunter, 37 years old, his death confirmed by his first cousin. Hunter leaves behind two sons, an 11-year-old and an 18-month-old, and his cousin describes him as the life of the party with a big heart who is funny, loving, and caring. And 27-year-old Nicole Perez's death confirmed by an employer and family friend. She is survived by a 4-year-old son, and her employer described her as a great mother and a young lady who was getting herself together.